let's be clear, whenever something new happens, a new technology happens, you have something for the short term. So this private cloud is only for the short term. It's not going to go on forever. So let's be clear on that. 5 years later, in my opinion, there will be no private cloud. Now see, let's re-revise what the cloud is. Now what the cloud is today I can take 1, 2, 3, 4 computers, and on these computers, what did I show you yesterday? I showed you Vista. On Vista, I ran a program called VMware. Now VMware allows us to create virtual machines. So under VMware, I created a virtual machine which was Windows 7. So I'm running Windows 7 over VMware. VMware is running under Vista. Vista is talking to hardware. Now this entire process is very slow. Why? Because Windows 7 talks to VMware, VMware talks to Vista, Vista talks to the hardware. So what most companies did was, and Zen and KVN are two standard examples, they said, what does VMware do? It basically introduces a virtualization layer. So why don't we write that software ourselves and make sure it doesn't run an operating system, it is the operating system. So what is the hypervisor? It is a virtual memory or a virtualization manager that doesn't need an operating system to run on, it is the operating system. So now on this computer here, you don't have an operating system. What do you have? You have a hypervisor. And on top of this hypervisor, you now do what? You run Windows, Linux, Unix, or whatever operating systems you want. Simple. So VMware, when it doesn't run on what? On an operating system, it's called a hypervisor. So now, on these 4 machines, I now run a hypervisor. Zen is an open source hypervisor. Citrix is the commercial version. VMware gives you an hypervisor. Lots of people have hypervisors. Now I make sure these 4 machines connect to each other through a cable, an optical fiber cable. So now by doing that, it becomes a cluster. It becomes logically one computer for me. Now none of these computers have a hard disk. Why? Because hard disks are slow. So I create a separate network only of hard disks connected to a computer. We can call that a SAN or a storage area network, and the 2 networks can communicate. Now this what I described to you is called a cloud. So what do we call this? A cloud. Okay. Now if this is a cloud, what has Amazon done? They didn't write a hypervisor. They used Zen hypervisor. Okay. And they publicly said this is the way we have built our cloud. Okay. So now, on a practical case, Zenith Infotech has come out with their cloud. It's called Proud. That's a private cloud. Okay. So next month when I conduct a class on Proud, I am told to speak of the Amazon cloud like I did with you in detail. So that Zenith can come and say whatever the Amazon cloud has, Proud is the same. No difference at all. What is the only difference between Proud and the Amazon cloud? The Amazon cloud is in America, it's in Europe. It's now coming to Singapore. Okay. Now most people are going to say, I don't trust Amazon for whatever be the reasons. Right? I may not trust the networking, I may not trust Amazon's technology. How can I give my entire data center, entire servers where? To Amazon. So I will create my data center in the next room. So what they will do is, they will go to Zenith and say, you've got all the pieces together. So you create a private cloud for me. If they don't like Zenith, they can go to VMware and tell VMware what? you install your hypervisor and the entire management piece on our servers. So if you use the same technology through Amazon, it's a public cloud. Because Aptech, Hindustan Lever, Reliance all use the same cloud. But if you do it in your own premises and you own the hardware, what is it called? A private cloud. But he sitting here will not know what? The speed of the cloud depends upon the network connectivity. So from here to the next room, the network connectivity is poor, he would rather use the Amazon cloud. So between public cloud and private cloud, there is what? Absolutely no difference in the technology. The difference is in ownership. Does company own? Is it owned by Amazon? That is, who owns the hardware. Now a lot of people come and tell you that the private cloud is an oxymoron. An oxymoron means when two words come together and they don't make sense. Now the big problem with the private cloud is that you got 30 machines. Alright? So with 30 machines you can create 15 instances per machine. So you can create 450 instances. Somebody wants to run a job that needs 500 instances. What happens? Your cloud doesn't scale. So private clouds, first problem is they don't scale as well as public clouds do. Okay. So that's what you have to understand. So the biggest benefit of the cloud is scalability, which doesn't happen where? With private clouds. Alright? The benefit of private clouds is what? For companies, they own everything. It's their hard disk, it's their computers, their owners, nobody can close down. Now imagine if Microsoft closes down. Every other software company will close down before that. Right? So people are now saying, let's give it to Microsoft. Let's not give it to what? A chota mota player. So soon people will start moving where? Into, they'll have to use cloud technology. Why? Because if they don't use cloud technology, they're wasting money. So whether they use it in-house or they use it externally is a question of defense.